Dr. K, and this is the truth about mental illness. Welcome back to the greatest mental health and wellness journey of our lifetime. Listen, I am just popping on here for just a couple quick minutes. Something has happened, and I realized that probably by the time you all see this, in a previous video, I explained that I am an emotional being, and I know that, but I'm also not a crier. All this sniffling is letting you know that today the river has flowed. Okay. I asked this person if I could pop on here and just anecdotally share something in a really broad way, high level. And they said that I could. Listen, I have a very dear friend that has been struggling in a lot of areas of their life, including their emotional health, because of the different things that are happening around them. And I've watched just this bright light in them just slowly just pull and drag their spirit down. They have been bankrupt in a lot of areas of their life. They have been trying so hard. And for this entire time, I've just been there. I've just stood with them. I've prayed with them. I'm an ACT person, so I don't just, oh, I'm gonna pray for you. No, like my lights is about to be cut off. Somebody give me some money for this bill. You know what I'm saying? So that's I'm the ACT person. For as much as God would allow for me to be of resource and still, keep a roof over my head, if you will, I am an ACT person. I do not like to see, people, struggle, especially because I know that at the end of the day, every single area of our life is still going to have an impact on our emotional selves, our emotional beings, because that's who we are. And after almost 2 years of very hard decisions, a lot of life pivots, very scary times, guys. I've acted, I've responded, I've given up of myself, of, my own resource, and just believe, that God is going to do something amazing in their life and turn their entire emotional life, around and change the whole entire course and trajectory of their life because of their faithfulness. And y'all, I mean, I continue to be amazed by the people that are in my small circle, because the things that I have seen them walk through, I'm alongside them. I have my own stuff going on. It takes them to tell you how they experience me, but how I experience this person literally takes my breath away sometimes, because of how committed they are to their family. How committed they are to their family, how committed they are to who they believe God has told them to be, deep down on the inside, even though no fruit is coming right now, is just amazing. And I said this before, that we have to live life in community. We got to be connected with other people. So this person has not had any income for almost, if not more than 2 years, for very good reason. That hard decisions had to be made, and they made them on faith. But when I tell you that I daily listened and watched the light dim in this person's life. And at every turn, it was like I was turning the light back on. Here, let me just turn this light back on. Nope, hope, faith, whoop, turn this on. Nope, wait, nope, you don't remember that scripture? Let me go get it. Turn that light on. As their light was dimming, I was running alongside them, even in my own stuff that I have going on. I was running alongside them, turning the lights back on. Everywhere I saw that they had turned a lot off in their spirit, in their emotional tank, if you will, for good reason. I'm not saying that our emotional tanks can't be, pulled and drawn down and things like that. There's always reason for that. But emotionally, I just watched them go from a bright light to just almost darkness. And out of all resource that I, have been able to engage in with them, I've done it, because I'm not the person that I'm gonna pray for you. I hope everything goes well. Yeah, but God gonna do this and da 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 da. And then you just walk away. Where's the action though? Because my lights is going to be turned off in about an hour. So where's the action part, right? I want to be that action part, right? So for the people that are very close to me, we are each other's like action button or whatever you want to call it. So for all this time, I've been acting and they've been leaping forward in their faith. I've been encouraging them, because they have not been able to find employment. They are highly skilled. They are highly educated. And they just had to make very hard life decisions to literally save their life. And they did it, but it was hard. It's been like this for a long time. I have exhausted every resource I can in terms of helping them to get a job, every creative idea that has come my way. I mean, I've tapped into so many different areas, knowing the field that they are trying to get into. Like, I'm not even, an expert in the space that they're wanting to go in, but I'm a leaper. Like, I will leap, you know what I mean, on my behalf and on behalf of somebody else, because I want the best for them. So this person had an interview that they thought they were going to get a couple months ago. We just knew this was it. You know what I'm saying? We knew this was the job. And just how they went at it was just so polished, pristine, and professional. Like, I was even like, dang, I didn't even know that you knew the such and such and the blah, blah, blah. My friend is hot. You got it, And they didn't get the job. Y'all, even just saying that, remembering that, my soul just tanked for them. So we just continued on. And when I say we, I mean, like, I was calling this person, we talk every day anyway, but just, hey, what'd you do today? How many jobs you applied for? Oh, what about this? What about that? Have you thought about, like, we don't make it the entirety of the conversation, because I understand that emotionally that can be taxing too, but just to make that a part of the conversation, to know that I am with you, I'm holding you accountable to doing these things so that you can get out of where you are. I completely believe everything you're saying. I believe your truth. I believe your emotions. I believe, how you feel, all of that. And today, they had a job interview and they called me after the interview and they got the job. They got the job, y'all. This thing has been happening and going on around us for like almost 2 years. The sacrifice that this person has made unto their own emotional health just to get out of where they were, to be successful in another area. Sometimes decisions are very hard to not only make, but to live out. They're hard to live out because I always feel like the tangible things could fall off, immediately. Like, oh, my finances, I don't have a job. Obviously, that's impactful. Oh, now I'm starting to feel, depressed because I don't have a job. I can't pay my light bill. I can't pay my car note. I'm barely getting food on the table for, me and the people in my home, in my household. Just so many different anecdotal elements. Again, this is their story to tell, but I just had to pop on here and say that once again, this is proof that we are not meant to live this life alone. You are not alone. I have been riding deep, dark, and heavy with this person. I ain't never let them go. My parents consider this person another one of their children. That's how close we are. And we spent at least an hour just bawling our eyes out, not in like, we're sad, but just with joy and just remembering all the things that we called into existence. Okay. All the times that I've done I'm a prayer. So before I even get out of bed, I realize I'm awake. That's when I start praying. But all the times that when I've woken up and God has says, oh, today is going to be one of them knee prayers. Okay. Or today is going to be them prayers you get on your face, because somebody's whole emotional life is at stake right now. And if your emotional life is at stake, you're not even thinking about these other parts of your life that contributed to that. We're talking about low self-confidence, low self-esteem, embarrassment, feeling less than, feeling like you're not worthy, feeling forgotten, feeling misunderstood, but still hanging in there because you're connected to at least one other person that can not only help you where they can resource-wise and act on stuff and not just, I'm gonna pray for you, right? But someone who can sit next to you in a time where you really don't even feel like talking and you just reach to hold their hand and you just sit there. There's nothing else to talk about. I don't need you to fix me. I just need some employment so I can have some of my dignity restored, right? Dignity restoration, especially in an emotional crisis, means everything. And so while I said before, I'm not a crier, I can assure y'all today, honey, before I popped on this video, I wouldn't have been able to do this video. I was a mess because I'm just so overwhelmed with joy that this person's sacrifice, their commitment, the strategy by which they never gave up on their faith has brought them finally to a new and open, fresh door in their life. So I have planned something very special for this person later on. You'll probably won't see any pictures of it because, you know, this is their life. If they want to share those things, then they can. But I immediately, a plan just came to me that fast. And I'm doing something very special for them later today because they are more than deserving of being treated well, being honored, being respected, being seen, being acknowledged, being affirmed, being empowered, being co-signed, you know. And I asked that person, how do you feel? Like, what are your thoughts right now? Because I'm a mess. I could barely talk. They were just like, okay, I called you, but wow, this is, because that's how deep I feel for people. Especially when I know that, you know, things are not going well. And this person said to me, you know what? The way that I've seen you go at this platform of, hey, it's Dr. K, like with just reckless abandon. Like God said, do this. And for all these years, you've been like doing stuff, holding back, doing stuff, holding back, doing stuff, holding back, listening to God, being obedient. And I've been watching you this whole time. And now that you have finally done something with what God has told you to do, that is what has increased my faith. That is what has made me want to do some of these things. And I don't see myself as an encourager by nature, but I understand that it's critical. We cannot live this life alone. We got to be affirmed. We got to be empowered. We got to be connected. We are all emotional beings. We have got to show your cards to somebody. Who is it in your circle that you can trust, that you can bring into the fold of your joys? But more importantly, who can you bring into the fold of your aches and your agony and your pain and your raw truth, your authentic self? Who can you bring into that? Because that's who that person is to me. And I am that person for them. Who is that person for you? If you ain't got nobody, then just keep tuning in. Because I do really, truly, honestly want an entire world that is emotionally healed. And I really don't feel like we're going to reach that point until we all get it in our minds, beyond taboo, beyond stereotypes, beyond prejudice, beyond implicit bias, beyond ignorance, flat out. I truly believe that beyond all of that, if we just get connected to at least one other person in some way that allows us to share our joys and our pains, our laughs and our tears, that's what we need. I might not be able to fix what's wrong, but I bet you I'm going to show up. I bet you I'll affirm you. I bet you that I will help. I bet you that I will assist. I bet you that I will. I have if my friend was sitting here, they would be looking at me like, no, because of the stuff you've been going through. Oh, there's no way I could go through that. Yeah, I'm telling the truth about mental illness. Yeah. The stuff that I've been going through is basically hell. But I'm giving of myself to another person, even when what I have is barely enough for myself. But it's a connectedness. And by connecting with this other person, we're filling each other's tank. That person gets light off of me. I get light off of them. I mean, I've watched them go from light into the just dimmed, almost to darkness. And every time I hear it in their voice or see it on their face, it's like I'm running around turning the light dimmer back up every time I see it going down. Okay, so who is the one person, y'all? And if you don't have nobody, just keep on tuning in to this. I'll be the person. I'll be the person to pop on here and keep dropping content, memes, videos, whatever it is, to encourage you wherever you are in your life. Comment, post, like, share, This is the greatest mental health and wellness journey of our time. I can assure you of that. And if anybody asks, why is it called the greatest mental health and wellness journey of your lifetime? Because my life is great. It is the greatest, and so is yours. Plug into it. If you feel unplugged, plug back in. Plug into this. I'm going through stuff. Ooh, and as the layers unfold, I'm going to keep bringing it to you, but I'm just saying this for today. Thank you for popping in. I promise I'll be back. This was really spontaneous, but like I said, we're in this to win this, and I hope you continue to watch and follow. Until then, unto the nations.